Good afternoon, Monica Miller here, Legal Director and Senior Counsel for the American Humanist Association. This is Legal Tuesdays, where I answer your questions about separation of church and state. The first question I will take today is from our email submission form, and a fellow named Sean asks, what is the legality of a U.S. congressman posting explicitly pro-Christian rhetoric on his official Facebook page? The answer is that just like everyone else, politicians are citizens of the United States, and they have the same rights under the First Amendment to engage in religious speech and including on their Facebook pages and social media accounts. The problem, of course, is when that line between private citizen and public citizen either gets blurred or is non-existent, and you have someone with using government resources on a government Facebook page, converting and proselytizing religion to their supporters and their donors and their constituents. This is a situation we see pretty often, and most often the cases that come across my desk fall into the category of private citizen. We don't like it in the sense that they tend to blur the roles intentionally, so it looks like it's an official sort of endorsement of Christianity. But normally what we see is that it is the private citizen's account. It's not paid for by the government. It's not done with government funds or government resources. And so there's really not much we can do. So this is a situation where I'm not really sure, and we are happy to look at it. If you want to send me screenshots or pictures of the Facebook page or just a link to it, then me and my team can evaluate from there. The next question, and probably final question I'll take today, is also through our email submission form from a Steve, who says, "Hi Monica, I don't have kids, but a portion of my property tax money goes to public education in Colorado, and I'm good with that." He goes on to say that I'm having a hard time seeing my federal tax money earmarked for private and religious education per Betsy DeVos. Do I have any recourse for this misuse of tax money and clear violation of the separation of church and state? Unfortunately, the courts are not the avenue that I would recommend right now. The courts are stacked against us. There's really not. The cases that have been going before the Supreme Court, such as the Espinoza decision involving Montana's voucher program, have been upheld. We are from a church-state standpoint, in a hostile Supreme Court territory, as well as even the lower federal courts. The best recourse for Betsy DeVos and other church-state separation violations, especially at the federal level, is exercising your right as a citizen to vote. I can't tell you how to vote, but you have to remember that the president makes these appointments. The president is making appointments all throughout the federal judiciary, from district courts all the way up to the Supreme Court, as we're seeing right now. And so as a citizen, it is vital that when you go to your polling booth or when you go to vote by mail or any other forum, just exercise that right and realize that it has such an impact, not just on the president, but all of the roles that the president fills, including the judiciary. Because normally the cases that say like Espinoza, where you've got federal tax, we've got the COVID relief bill that we're also looking at right now that specifically gives churches and pastors basically federal money for religious activity. So we're keeping an eye on that. But the best way to sort of prevent these infringements is to elect leaders that don't commit them. So with that, I will bid you adieu.